I'm Brian, and that's Jeremy. Every week on PSVR,
This week.
we take a look at the new VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
We gather up all the trailers we can find, all the descriptions we can plagiarize, and we condense them down into this short video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, updates, delays, or new game announcements.
So without further ado, here's PSVR This Week.
From the makers of Rock Band and Dance Central comes a new VR rhythm shooter. Armed with a pair of blasters, you shoot and smash targets to the beat of a soundtrack, featuring songs from some of the world's most popular electronic artists. Adak is incredibly intuitive and immersive from the first time you play. Use your blue and orange blasters to shoot color-coded targets to the beat, all while surrounded by a breathtaking cosmic arena. The better your timing and accuracy, the better your score. The better your score, the higher you place in the Adak leaderboards. In the ever-unfolding story of Gollum's development cycle and release date change-ups comes the latest news from Perp Games that the previous November 8th release date for Gollum is no longer accurate. Luckily, the delay is pretty slight, and the new release dates are as follows. Gollum will release worldwide digitally on November 19th, with the physical European version hitting streets 4 days earlier on November 15th, while North Americans will have to wait until the 22nd for their physical copy. Gollum's been in development for a while, and I'm sure I'm not just speaking for myself when I say I can't wait to see if it was worth the wait. You say you've got Beat Saber, but haven't gotten around to picking up the Panic at the Disco DLC? Well, we've got 2 keys to give away, one European and one North American, courtesy of our good friends over at Beat Games. So, how do you enter? It's easy. Just leave your PSN name down below, and tell us which key you prefer, and we'll choose 2 winners at random on this week's episode of PSVR Gamescast Live, which airs every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Duplicate entries will be disqualified. And in other Beat Saber news, the developers are teasing a November 7th update with this animated GIF. What could it mean? New lighting effects? The often discussed 180-degree mode? It's anyone's guess, but we'll know a whole lot more later this week.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
And finally, the North American PlayStation Store is having a double discount sale, and seems to be the only region I could find that included any PSVR titles in its sale. The 4 games in question are Moss, Sega Genesis Classics, Torn, and Guns N' Stories Bulletproof. The deals range anywhere from 50 to 70% off, so if these were games you were holding off on, it might be time to give them another look. But decide soon, because the sale ends on November 22nd. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of PSVR
This Week. We'll be back next week to tell you about all the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR This Week.